English 120 word per minute dictation. Ready, start. Even while we deal with our present problems and difficulties, we cannot lose sight of the future. We cannot afford to be light-hearted. We must continue our efforts. We must find new ways of doing things better than in the past, and we must seek new resources to continue with this performance in the future. This is a task in which your contribution can be a significant one. A brief description on the fourth plan has already been prepared in a way. This description is essentially an invitation to central ministers, state governments, private industries, and others to submit or prepare more detailed programs and projects, as well as to work our supporting policy measures so that a draft plan could be prepared and presented to the country for discussion and comment without even a rough preliminary framework. The various agencies responsible for making detailed proposals do not have a reasonable basis for doing so at this stage. Therefore, the number and prepositions and targets in the description on the plan should not be looked upon as representing final or fully considered views and decisions. Much work remains to be done even before a draft of the plan could be submitted. The stress in the fourth plan must be on the well-being of the common man in the course of the next 10 years or so. It will be our endeavor to ensure a minimum living standard to our people. In the realization of this objective, the private sector will necessarily have to play an important role in as much as the consumer industries, including agriculture, fall almost within the scope of the private sector. The investment anticipated in the private sector as a whole would be more than a third of the total investment in the fourth plan, and the share of the private sector in organized industries is expected to be almost half of the total investment in the industrial field. Such a large investment program presents challenge to provide enterprise which has to press into service all its cleverness to tap investable funds from all possible sources. It would in particular be necessary to make special efforts for enlarging surpluses through cost reduction and increased efficiency, and to utilize them for reinvestment in the interest of the economy. The government on its part will do all it reasonably can to assist private enterprise to fulfill the targets assigned to it in the plan. I know that there are many difficulties in the way of setting up new industries. The shortage of foreign exchange has been doing us at every step. The aid which we receive from friendly countries no doubt makes a most valuable contribution. Private investment from abroad in appropriate fields, particularly in industries there we are seeking to introduce new techniques, has also to be stimulated, but we must intensify our efforts to increase exports. Stop.